So, as of recording, there are 1,174 official Syrinscape sound sets. Those are unlocked with a Super Siren subscription, but of course the Super Siren subscription also unlocks all of our community content and all the customization tools and all that stuff. So, how much is a sound set worth? How much content is there worth in a sound set? We're going to have a little look at that using the Ankhrav battle, and you'll get a bit of an idea of the value of all of those 1,174 sound sets. Here we have a moving through the fields mood. So this is, I suppose, like a 15-minute loop recording, except that it's everything dynamically randomized, never starting, never stopping, random animals playing at random times, insects flying by. Plus, it's not just a set recording. You can turn off the insects if you don't want to be buzzed by flies or annoying bitey things. And there's also these low rumbles that play occasionally. So I don't know, so is that worth one? Let's move down to this here. The animals have quietened, the farm animals have run away, which is interesting, so the goats have fled. The low rumbles are there, and now there's this music track that's going to play. Subtly and psychologically disturbing, and there's an Ankhrav movement element here, which is actually moving sound through the spectrum. Oh. And of course with Syrinscape you can trigger things like one-shots, trigger some ground rumbles, just so you can turn up the tension. So do we count that as one more 15-minute loop? Alright, we're going to have to trigger the Ankhrav battle starting with a breach and see what that does. There's this wonderful one-shot down here. Wow! That's so cool! Okay, so how much content is there in here? There's obviously all these sound design going on with armor foley and some weapon sounds and people saying ah and stuff like that, and then hisses and bites and roars. This boss music track has started and it contains yoicks, I think it's 17 minutes of music. So say this was an MP3 recording that was 15 minutes long, there wouldn't be enough space in this to even contain one of the moods in an Ankhrav. Let's turn up that music and turn down the effects. Of course, it's not just a recording. You can trigger individual sounds, like I said before, a roar and a hiss and a bite and an acid spit. When it's the Ankhrav's turn. And of course, it's wonderful spray acid sound, which I really like. You can skip a music track by double-clicking on it. So let's see what that does. Oh, nice. So this one's a bit more instrumental. If you're a Super Siren subscriber, you could delete that drummy track that only has drums so that this electric guitar one always plays, or divide it into two separate elements so that you can control exactly what plays. I wish I could sit and listen to this the whole time because it's so cool. Alright, so there's another lot of amazing. Once you get sick of that, you can go alt music and change to another whole set of combat tracks, which are just drums, and there looks to be 1, 2, 3, about 10 minutes worth of music there. It's so cool. Once that's done, you go to Fields Aftermath, which is similar to moving through the fields, but there's no Ankhrav movement, and there's no low rumbles because they're not being, and there's no danger music as well. And then all this is repeated underground, because of course battling an Ankhrav underground would sound very different. It would be echoey if it was in a cave. This has that same cave, the same ambience you'd need, which is in this case a cave ambience. And let's listen to Battle in the Lair. What does that do? Oh, that turns on these Ankhrav bites, movement, hisses, but they said lair, so why is that? If we go up here to the bites, you'll see that there's a forest reverb on those bites, and on these ones, there's a cave reverb. That makes sense, doesn't it? So that's another loop there, just for if the Ankhrav is underground. And of course you can turn up the music, and there's an aftermath sound. So that's kind of the deal. There's a lot in there, and the Super Siren subscription unlocks 1,174 sound sets. I know, with 12 equivalent of 12 MP3 recordings in there, there's a lot of value, and we're very proud of our work, and we thank you for the support of those who support us, and we're glad to make people's games more epic. I think we need more acid, and game on. Acid! Give me acid!